What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another Walktar Wednesday as we try to get back on the regular routine. Indeed, I appreciate the patience, not only as I kick off all the deep dives that have yet to receive a reaction post-holiday break, including Aha proper, which I do apologize for, though once again, I hope the movie reaction followed by the follow-up thoughts video is tiding people over to a certain degree, but I will get back to that deep dive ASAP. But yeah, again, we're back with a Walktar Wednesday. I know some people were keen to get back to the regular rhythm, and you know, there may still be times in the future where for one reason or another that doesn't happen, but that is my goal, to get back onto the peripheral Aha side journeys on their regular days. And we're going to once again give a big shout out to Graham, who's shared all the Savoy material laid out very clearly and chronologically. We're going to start going through the bonus material from Mountains of Time from 1999, though I did also download and have ready to go Reasons to Stay Indoors 2001, so looking forward to that as well. I was amused by the title. I'll have more to say about that when we get there. But the first tune included in the bonus tracks for Mountains of Time is the Bovarnick Twins. I'm not familiar with the name, but it sounds either like a gymnastic duo or perhaps, you know, some crime-like story, you know, like people who were on trial together as brothers. Ultimately, I'm not familiar of any actual historical Bovarnick twins, so if they are real people, I'll be having to try to catch up, or I'll try to catch up as we listen, but yeah, it's an intriguing title for a song in that it seems to suggest a story, not just you know, an image. So let's find out what this is. This is the Bovarnick Twins by Savoy. It's a bonus tune included in an expanded folder for the 1999 album Mountains of Time. Bit of a melancholy sonically, at least out of the gate. At least emotional reflection.
Shari was my best friend. We were glad parents and watched Lost in Space.
You watched Lost in Space.
Susan Minzer had a blonde streak in her hair. She said she was born that way. David Corgan's mother died. I was afraid to go over. I met
Corgan's
Liz
mother
when I was
died?
13.
Is that what you said?
Played guitar and said, music is a reflection of the universe. Julie Eckstein was on my gym team. She had anorexia and went away for a little while.
These are vignettes about maybe real people, maybe characters based on real people.
I could never play the piano, but my father would sit with me on the bench and put my fingers on the right keys. He played Bob Dylan.
I didn't know if that was like a critical thing, but it sounds like it was more collaborative.
My mother didn't leave the house much. She would spend most of the day in bed. From my house, you could hear if we had a fire drill at my school. Whenever it went off, my mother would drive by really slowly, almost stopping, until I ran out from the others and waved. Then she'd drive away.
People have been talking about Paul singing recently. me that.
I was in love with the Bovarnick Twins. It was when I was 5. I was into our school experience. We played house and maybe husbands. I was in love with the Bovarnick Twins.
That's really cool.
Wow.
You cheeky fellow. Yeah, that's a really cool tune. I get why maybe it's a B-side. It is more experimental and abstract. It's the kind of track you would expect to be a B-side, but I thought it was very compelling. It felt like it's what it would be like to be inside Lauren Savoy's head when she's reflecting on people she's known, especially from her youth. I felt like that was kind of what we were getting there. And again, maybe the names have been changed to protect the innocent, but it felt like, we were getting vignettes about people who, on some level, had probably existed. But obviously we get spoken word vocals. In some cases they're sort of echoed or like phased where I'm not quite sure what I'm hearing. But referencing someone that, I don't know, was it in her company or was it when she was in school, but someone she knew was like anorexic, and she was mentioning other names. So ultimately, I feel like the forgetting the name now, the Bovarnick Twins. So I feel like they were maybe just one of a number of different faces and people like referenced in the tune. But either way, a really interesting song. But I like, again, a lot of the sonics, and I like the creativity of the line about her not really being able to play piano, as we're hearing some very nice and enjoyable like piano melodies. And then, again, like the whole thing felt anecdotal. Obviously something's like more positive, although I don't know. Again, like when the first line about like, well, I didn't know how to play, so you just kind of put my hands there and then played on top. It was like, oh wait, is it like, so was it a critical thing? Oh no, it sounds like, he's helping her play and helping her learn. But obviously, someone being anorexic, not a great thing. So it felt like it was the gamut perhaps of her experience. So curious to hear more about this. Paul's guitar, really fantastic, and it felt like it was not only a really cool and experimental style riff, but that it was affected in some way. I don't know, a pedal or like post effects, but either way, it had a really interesting sound to it. And yeah, the ending felt a bit cheeky. I didn't hear exactly what he said when it came back for a moment, but yeah, I enjoyed the cheekiness, which again, on a B-side, it feels like you can do things like that more readily. I suppose on an album, you often get the final tune will have a bonus track after, 30 seconds of silence or something. But yeah, that was a cheeky little bit that I suppose is less surprising on a B-side. in any case, shout out to Graham once again. Shout out to the whole AHA family, and specifically in this case those who take an interest in Savoy. And indeed, it's cool. Like, there's been a couple people who mentioned that, you know, Savoy wasn't one of the aspects of their AHA fandom, but that, you know, through other people and the party essentially that this channel has become in relation to AHA and the solo groups in Savoy, the solo groups, did I just say that? Solo journeys in Savoy, that they've now come to enjoy Savoy and, you know, Paul's music perhaps more than they did before. So I find that very cool. Do let me know what you think, and I will see you next time, along with all the solo groups out there.